All right, folks, right back at it, coming off of our Traders Talk workshop right back here at 2:30 Eastern for our afternoon meeting. Great to have all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room here. Bill, Michael, Kathleen, Anna, Alvin, Michael, and Steven, and all just here just joining us right now back in chat, as well as on social media, though, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. The work should be popping up on the lower left right there once again at Cyber Trading U. So let's hop right into the thick of it, at least here. Mara is on the screen. May as well start off with this. Doesn't look like the greatest thing to work with up or down either way. You know, it's not really on the top of the gainers or losers side. It's very flat right now at this stage coming off the weekend. Now, though, where I bring this up is that from our Traders Talk workshop, we were discussing, hey, in a worst case scenario, if the markets really drop, then you could see Bitcoin back down to like 97, 98,000. I don't think it's going to go that low. But when it's trading at 102, 103, when we were doing our live workshop, that doesn't mean it can't drop. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean that it can't go lower. It doesn't mean it can't go lower heading towards 100,000. Maybe it drops a little below 100, then right back up, a slingshot. So I saw this beginning to break down here heading into the afternoon. And I said just inside our live trading room, hey, if Bitcoin ends up breaking local support, then there could be a pretty good short opportunity on Mara, M-A-R-A. Just at 2:03 Eastern, I wrote that to you there. I'll just get the little snapshot, at least as far as, earlier Mara potential short if Bitcoin breaks local support. And that's what I'm working with here heading into the afternoon. Am I going to put it on our watch list? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. There might be better shorts to work with aside from this. I was just calling it out before. We were calling out a bunch of other trades from before, though. So Pony is one as well. And I might get stopped out on this one with a tiny loss, just small size position. I was looking for this to try and build support off of 20. Broke over it, ran up pretty decent, but then it came back down into this area. So you need to see resistance flip. My stop's a little down there. It's like below 1980. So it's on small size. Just if it drops down there, you'll probably see me get clocked out. Even this I'll come back to by the end of this meeting. Normally for a stock that moved up as much as it has been, from the last couple weeks prior to today, you figure eventually you're going to see a red day. Eventually this thing's got to bleed out a bit. Well, hey, off of the resistance break here and the run, I was hopeful maybe we could see support try and hold at first, but it doesn't seem like it wants to really make a better move. So we'll come back to this at least at the end. Last one here is on my position manager. We talked about the swing trade on SoFi, so I won't get into that as much. That's just kind of status quo. But Archer, though, we took an entry on this earlier heading into the mid-morning, even before it pulled back here at reversal time. Got in a little bit before that, but I've been waiting for this move. Fausto has been really leading this ship here forward as far as Archer and the long-term move over time. They're reporting earnings this afternoon. So I've been telling him for like, a week and a half. I'm like, man, I got to get in with you on this trade. I got to find my entry on this. So I got Oscar down below there, but Archer, this was from a week and a half ago on my notebook. And I was looking right around 880, 877. I didn't get that price, but I'm in from 896. Thinking long term, if they have good earnings here coming up after the close, then I would love to get like a 15, 20% pop off of that at the least. That would be nice. So these are all trades that we're just kind of, talking about inside our live trading room. I don't know if there's going to be as many good runners here heading into the afternoon. I mean, if the markets are pulling back a bit, rising tide will lift most boats in the sense of dropping off. Well, most stocks are going to kind of sink with the market at that point. So a lot of the trades from earlier today, like these two, are just washed up now. KDLY, that was the pop and drop from earlier. Grip, GRYP, up, down, got halted on the way down there. That's it. This one's like almost like a buyout. This one looks like a buyout, at least here. I'll tell you what, it wasn't moving like one in pre-market, so I didn't even care to check. I just assumed it was like not a buyout. Let's see. The company announced a $100 million offering. Okay, so that could do it as well there. Yeah, it's a common stock offering, but it's interesting. I guess they priced it higher from where it was trading at prior to the day today. Normally, when a company does an offering, it's like much lower. So that's a weird one. Doesn't happen too frequent there. This looks like just a buyout here, right? Either way, we're not going to trade it, but All right, BAOS. This is just kind of what you get here throughout the day today. More of a mid-afternoon pop up, but came screaming back down. Maybe resistance can try and hold as support. When it breaks under it and stays under it, that's kind of your cue to move on to a different trade. So let's see what else we got here. FNKO. I was going to ask, is this Funko? Is this like the little kid's toy? If you're familiar with Funko Pops, you look them up. It's like basically like a little figurine doll that, I mean, it's just big with kids. And even, if you're into like Star Wars, there's one for that. If you're into, superheroes, whatever it is, there's like a little doll. It's called Funko. I think that's what this company is here. Company hasn't been doing too hot over the last several years. I mean, it has its runs up in town. Geez, I mean, maybe is this the beginning of one of those big upswings there? Possibly. I mean, it's at the high of the day right now. It's up a lot. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? I'll add it. FNKO. It's tradable. It's near the highs. Remiss if I didn't add that there. All right, this is looking pretty good. NRGV, it's breaking over $1 right now. Oh, and this is even better. The icing on the cake. You got a 352,000 share buy order out there trying to propel this stock up, squeeze it up. So yeah, easily goes on the top of our list for right now. You got the FNKO. Before that now, NRGV. Good. Two good trades to work with there. MLGO here is trying to move up more across the afternoon session. Definitely one that we're very familiar with. So I like that. And especially now at these lower prices, because the spread isn't going to open up to an ungodly number. So you know what? I'll add this here too. MLGO, put this back on our list. Needs to hold support though, right around 306. Even here at like 311, it's tried to do that so far. So sooner rather than later for this to try and push up. But, it's on there. Put it on there. FLNC, AAOI, nice trend. This one though has kind of a thin order book throughout, most of the week. So if the spread stays tight, maybe it could be on your radar, but we'll kind of skip it for right now. I think that we have better to work with. Keep it moving. That VNet trade didn't look terrible. Bouncing back up here, kind of close to the highs. Might be a little slow though. Come back to it if we need to. Soon. This is one that we are familiar with, very familiar with. I think they may have earnings this week as well, but nice bottom built up pretty nicely there, basically like a cup and handle type pattern. So tradable, one that we're familiar with. You got good resistance though here. A couple of different 100,000 plus share sellers, 1118, 1115 right there. But put it on our list. That looks good. Keep just kind of skimming through here now. So the market right now, let's take a look. We saw Bitcoin just before. Wow. I mean, it's a day where Bitcoin was just dropping down a little bit. Still dropping. Look at that. A little bit of a decoupling right now between Bitcoin and the stock market. Probably just profit taking. I'm not sensing anything bad. Just for as much as Bitcoin ran up, you're probably seeing a small little amount of decoupling there. Good though for the whole stock market though here. A SPY at the high of the day, and that leads me back to SOXL. This is a chip ETF. So anytime NVIDIA is up big, AMD up big, Qualcomm, et cetera, et cetera. I think Avgo is the other one I was thinking of there. Yeah, this one's actually looking the best. So I'll add SOXL. That's the whole sector ETF. And I'll add Avgo here, though, specifically. And I'm going to say what I said about TEM, because unless if she sold, I think this still is a Pelosi stock. So does it make sense that this is up the most out of these? You tell me. What else we got here? Anything else looking good? Anything else looking good? I mean, number 35 is up 16 plus %. So, yeah, I'm sure I can keep going down this list and find, a couple more that stand out. So if there is anything, folks, that you know of, just type in our chat board. If you're on YouTube, social media right now, Facebook Live, TikTok as well. Like I say, we don't do TikTok dances here, but if you have any stocks for us that you'd want me to take a look at, let me know. So as you can imagine, I got out on my wolf position just before, went like -2, -1, just really small before this whole thing happened here. It's back down to 340 where I originally wanted to get the bounce entry, but now with Bitcoin dropping down, pretty steadily here, I'm not as jumpy to it this afternoon. We'll check back out on, we'll check out the wolf trade at least tomorrow, Wednesday, later throughout this week. We'll come back to this on the swing. Shopify doing great, got added to the NASDAQ 100. I think that's set for next week. So we'll add Shopify to our main watch list, looking great. VSCO not looking bad. Victoria's Secret. What else we got? Roku, I kind of pair with Shopify. I don't know why. Two totally separate companies. So I always kind of have them in my head, kind of hand in hand. This company has earnings out on Friday, so maybe be on the lookout for them to be on an upswing, perhaps, if someone knows something ahead of time. And that might just about do it, at least for me on the gainers list, folks. Again, if you're inside our live trading room, I need your help. All hands on deck. Actually, here I'll just go through them pretty quick. But if there's any stocks that you see that look good, or I just skipped over that look nice, want me to check out, let me know. OMER here. This one's down a lot. It is easy to borrow on my platform. Is this at all-time lows? Let's find out. Not all-time lows. And it's actually like coming back into this thick consolidation here, even back from 2011, 2012, 2013, and obviously most recently here a few years ago. Unless if this company is like going out of business, like straight up, like next week, bankruptcy. You know what? Looking at that long-term chart, we've had better. This is a great intraday chart. And normally you'd probably see me, put a stock like this on our watch list for the afternoon. If it fails to even squeeze lower, maybe there is a chance that you can have a little short covering. It's down 33%. You know what? I'll see what else is out there for right now, seeing if there's anything better on the way down, moving with Bitcoin perhaps. Mara's trying to squeeze back up maybe, so let me just check that out at least. That's all right. I'll get out on that trade if it wants to squeeze up a little bit more, just take my money and run on the short. But even this, I'm not going to put this on our main special watch list just yet. I want something down more than 5% or so, roughly, if not more. I'll tell you what, we don't need to add anything else. I mean, nothing else here that really stands out to me. The CEP trade, I got out on that from Friday in the morning. We made it like a few bucks a share. It was decent. Wanted a lot more, though, and it goes to show what happens when you don't get what you want, right? I mean, you better get out soon, if not too late. So we'll see what happens here on the long term. But yeah, folks, if anything else is looking good, more on the way up, let me know. Pony, I guess, is still moseying around that 20 level. Maybe I could put that back on our list here. Just if it wants to get back over, great. But if it just stays under here, then good shot I get stopped out on my position. All right, what else we got here? Bill on Shaq. Michael saying shake, not Shaq, but shake on run. Go Bill first on Shaq. I mean, listen, great swing chart, that's for sure. Just a little thin on the order book, but great move up, likely off earnings. And if you're already in, I'm sure that you're sitting pretty, right? Something with a little bit better of a spread. This one had a better spread, or it has a better spread. This one was looking great, actually, just before. Nasty drop, though, right? I mean, it held resistance perfect at 11, whole number at 11 bucks. Let me see if there's news out on run right now, though, Mike, because I feel like this might be a slingshot where this could potentially try and go back up. Let's see. Shares of electrical equipment companies trading higher, blah, 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 blah. That was from early this morning. I don't have any new news as to why it just shook down as nastily as it did. But you know what? I appreciate the shout because it's the volatility that matters. And then more than that, it's the volume. So we know it's tradable. I'll give this a shot, Mike. Put this on our list. And this is dependent on news, though. So it looks like this thing's dropping off quite a bit. If there's any bad news that just came out, then we're going to look for a short. Otherwise, though, if it gets back up and above like 1060-ish right here, then perhaps this is the beginning of a short squeeze, a little slingshot back up. Decent shot there, Mike. All right, that's it from social media. I don't have anyone from Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Let's check out Benzinga Pro from my side here before we finish. Go through a couple of these trades. If the charts look like crap, then we'll just kind of move on from them quick, like this one here. Pretty similar. A little slow, this one. I didn't even realize Foot Locker gapped up this morning. Didn't they have a buyout? Didn't someone just buy them out recently too? What is there, news on the buyout now? Like an update on it? I mean, we're not going to put this on our watch list here for this afternoon. Not nearly as close to the highs. but I didn't even know this was moving until just now. What happened? What was it, just with the China tariff agreement? Because you could say that on damn near everything with this market today. Um, Bunch of trades, I guess, retail, discretionary stocks, Best Buy, ELF, even beauty company, Target. A lot of those have been doing pretty good from the morning, I guess, right? Yeah. All right. I mean, hey, those could all be decent swing trade, candidates in due time. Whatever fancies you, whatever floats your boat, as long as it has good volume. Most importantly. So, yeah, heading into the afternoon, folks, I like what we got. We got a pretty decent list here at this stage. There's no need to try and find the next unheralded runner that may or may not pop and drop on us. I like what we got here to begin with. So, for Michael, John, Steve, Kathleen, Alvin, Kumar, all of our students here. Oh, Mike. Yeah, good point. Good point. Michael, thank you. He's got me correct here. It's Skechers that got bought out recently. Hey, much like with my dyslexia, I get my footwear company mixed up, right? So not Foot Locker, it was Skechers that got bought out. They're having a good day today. But yeah, it's interesting. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you. Foot Locker didn't get bought out recently. Skechers. All right, folks. But hey, start and stick with this watch list here. It's going to give you the best chance to find a runner to work with to make some good money. And then Rich will be on the mic taking you into the close right at 3:00. I'll be on a coaching session with one of our students. So if there's anything I jump into with my student Michael coming up here, I will let you know. And then otherwise, hey, you as well. If you see something, say something. But I like what we got. I like what we got here heading into the afternoon. All right, folks. If you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, again, last call if you wanted to join us inside our live trading room for today to get access throughout the remainder of this week. Just go right down to the link scrolling on the bottom down below, ctu.co/trial. And we look forward to having you there. All right, folks. Talk to you soon.